Hey, I'm David R. Lewis. Welcome to Theater of the Mind. This selection is a passage from a book I began writing many years ago called Incidents Among the Savages. It takes place in the early 1800s during the time of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark expedition. In this segment, our hero, Nathaniel Horne, is lost in the winter wilderness, dying of the cold and starvation. Visions haunted me. My mother would appear, smiling her sweet smile, and vanish as I reached to touch her. From time to time, I would walk the green hills of home and smell the scents of my childhood. Then the cold and snow would return, and I would weep with frustration and self-pity. Strength left my body, and I was carried on only by my will, but will is poor substitute for nourishment. After many days, it too began to fail. In spite of seeing my dear uncle appear before me, urging me to keep on, Nathaniel, keep on, laddie buck, my life was slipping away. Still, I had not come to the country of the Yellowstone. In truth, I had no idea where it was or where I was. I was lost. All was lost. I could no longer feel my feet. My walk was a lurching stagger, my life force a candle flame in the wind. I was stumbling through trees, a slight downslope aiding my progress, when I decided it was time to die. I had done all I could do. I had given all I could give. My prayers to God were unanswered, and it came to me in my delirium that unanswered prayers were God's specialty. Well, that was fine with me. To hell with God and heaven's streets of gold. I had lived without His help, and I could die without His help. And when I saw Him, I would tell Him so. I would not, however, die among the trees. I would get to clear sky and die with the sun on my body. I could still pass from this vale of tears on part of my own terms. On I reeled, walking, lurching, falling, crawling, fighting for every foot of progress, cursing God with every breath. After what seemed an endless time, I was able to discern open land through the trees. Presently, I crawled from the gloom onto the edge of a long valley. The sunlight on the snow hurt my eyes dreadfully, and I swooned from it. I actually believed that for a time I was free of my body, for I could see it below me, and I was no longer cold or hungry or in pain. The sensation passed, and once again I was myself, lying in shadow at the edge of the clearing, sick, weak, exhausted. I lay there gasping, and a vision took shape before me. A savage, a native heathen, regarding me with stern visage and shining eyes. He spoke to me, and I understood him, although his speech was unfamiliar and his mouth did not move. You believe your journey to be over, fool? It is not. It is now just beginning. Release your tiny hurts and self-pity and arise. Walk into the snow and await your destiny. The Spirit which lives in all things is not finished with you. Frightened, I jerked awake and looked about me. Nothing. The glare from the snow was strong, and I squinted my eyes to resist it as I groaned slowly to my feet. I must admit to feeling some stronger, and staggered into the clearing a few yards. Shielding my eyes against the brightness, I saw the smoke, and the smoke led my eyes to the camp. Savages. About a half mile away they were, at the other end of a narrow valley. It came to me at that moment that I might cheat death a little longer, that I must put myself at the mercy of these heathens. Before long I would receive help or receive death. Either was respite, either was relief. Abandoning any hope of survival or fear of dying, I began to force my way down that long, featureless expanse of snow, wishing that I was stronger, that I might acquit myself with honor should they come to kill me, that I might fight with power and skill to show how this white man was as much a warrior as they. Incidents Among the Savages is available as both an e-book and e-audiobook at many popular locations. I'm David R. Lewis. Thanks for stopping by Theater of the Mind. Watch your top now.